Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to online classes of Sri Ram Public School. I am your GK teacher. In last class, we have studied about pollution menace. We learned about pollution. Pollution is the result of industrialization, and of course, we have to bear its harmful effects. We already know about the harmful effects of the pollution in chapter 48, and today we are going to know about energy sources, chapter 49. Open in your book, chapter 49, energy sources. The sources of energy have been grouped into renewable sources and non-renewable sources of energy. The sources of energy can be classified. Two type of energies are there: renewable and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy is that which we can use again and again, and non-renewable energy is that type of energy which cannot be used again and again, that cannot be fulfilled by nature. Let us know how much you know about the sources of energy. Tick the correct answer. First is given: this source of renewable energy is not weather dependent. Means this type of energy is not depend on the weather, and this is geothermal energy. Because geothermal energy is that energy, heat within the earth, which is used by the energy of the earth, which is inside the earth. It is called geothermal energy. This source of renewable energy is not weather dependent. It is geothermal energy. You have to tick here in first geothermal. Now come on second. There are no nuclear fission power station because nuclear fusion. There are no nuclear fusion power station because nuclear fusion. And the answer is it hard to control. It is difficult to control the nuclear fusion. That's why it is called, it is hard to control. You have to tick here, it is hard to control. Third, most renewable energy sources can be traced back to. It is solar energy. Most renewable energy comes from the solar energy that can be traced back to, and it is solar energy. You can tick here. Fourth, geysers are examples of geothermal energy. Geysers are examples of geothermal energy. You have to tick here geothermal. Tick on here because in geyser, hot water coming out from the geyser, and in geothermal energy, heat continuously coming out from the earth. That's why it is called geothermal energy. Come on the fifth. This source of energy is renewable. This source of energy is renewable, and it is wind. You can tick here wind because wind is the renewable source of energy. It can be used again and again. You can tick here wind. Come on sixth. This source of energy is not renewable. and it is petroleum. You can tick on the petroleum. Petroleum cannot be used again and again. That's why it is called not renewable, non-renewable energy. You can tick on the petroleum. Seventh, the sun gets its energy from nuclear fusion. You can tick here nuclear fusion. The sun gets its energy from nuclear fusion. You can tick here. Eighth, the most commonly used renewable source of energy is hydro energy. Most commonly used renewable source of energy is hydro energy. You can take here hydro energy. Energy which comes from the use of water, that is called hydro energy. Like electricity which is generated from the water, that is called hydro energy, and most commonly it is used everywhere. Come on, ninth. Burning oil produces gas which is said to be causing global warming. Burning oil produces the gas which is called carbon dioxide. You have to take here carbon dioxide, and it is the gas which is said to the cause of global warming. Produces carbon dioxide gas which is said to be causing global warming. You can take here carbon dioxide. Now come on, 10th. Renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources are replenished by nature. Replenished means it can be used, it can be made by nature, it can be fulfilled by nature. That is called renewable energy. And renewable energy sources called replenished by nature. You can tick here replenished by nature. Which energies can be fulfilled by the nature, that is called renewable energy sources. Here some pictures are given. First it is given wind energy. You can see here windmills are there. Second is fuel. Third is solar energy. It is in figure given here. And fourth, it is geothermal energy. You can identify from the pictures also. Let us revise this chapter again. Energy sources. The sources of energy have been grouped into renewable sources and non-renewable sources of energy. We can differentiate two types of energies which we use: renewable sources and non-renewable sources of energy. Let us know how much you know about the sources of energy. Tick the correct answers. First is given, this source of renewable energy is not weather dependent, and it is geothermal energy. You have to tick here geothermal. Second, there are no nuclear fusion power stations because nuclear fusion, it is hard to control. Nuclear fission is difficult to control. That's why you have to tick here, it is hard to control. Third, most renewable energy sources can be traced back to solar energy. Most renewable energy comes from the solar energy. You can take here solar energy. Fourth, geysers are example of geothermal energy. You have to take here geothermal. Fifth, this source of energy is renewable. It is wind energy. Wind energy is a renewable source of energy. It can be used again and again. Sixth, this source of energy is not renewable. Not renewable, it is petroleum. You can take here petroleum. Seventh, the sun gets its energy from nuclear fission. Sun gets its energy from nuclear fission. You can take here nuclear fusion. Eighth, the most commonly used renewable source of energy is hydro energy. Hydro energy you can take here. Ninth, burning oil produces a gas which is said to be causing global warming. You can take here carbon dioxide. 10th, renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources are called replenished by nature, which can be fulfilled by nature is called renewable energy sources. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home. Stay safe.